Many thanks to Pandemonium, Fatal Attraction Vanilla servers, Atlas, One Original DayZ servers, Clash Vanilla servers, Sheriff Line, Sauerkraut, Sgt. Pepper's DayZ Invasion server, PGZ servers, Chinese Cream Vanilla servers, Tequila, and CF Tools Cloud for making this video possible. The DayZ dev team have just released some new juicy info on the upcoming DayZ winter map, with these details not only teasing of a new DayZ engine, but giving us a significant amount of evidence as to what the new map will look like with all of the teasers that we have so far. So in this video, I'm going to explain the connection between influencers being shipped off to DayZ HQ, the Livonia DLC becoming free on May 20th, and why DayZ Frostline is not a new map but a new engine. The Bohemia Interactive devs have always enjoyed a healthy dose of in-real-life inspiration, bordering on straight copyright infringement in a lot of cases if you've seen the images, so knowing the location of their inspiration will give us an immense amount of info as to what the new map will look like, with 3 locations around the world standing out, and one in particular screaming the location of the new map, linking all of the teasers we have so far together, and why the influencers are now at DayZ HQ. All 3 of these locations are based on the angle of the runway in this teaser, which wouldn't have been teased to us if it didn't mean something, and the places around the world that obviously have snowfall too, with the first being Malmö in South Sweden. Similar terrain and trees to the teaser image released recently, but not enough snowfall or mountains to constitute this being the likely location of the map. The second location is a favourite of the DayZ creative lead though, who used to be a senior map designer too, and has travelled recently to this location while showing us he loves Iceland very much with his Iceland hat flag. The only airport in Iceland that has the numbers 35 and 17 on it are the one on this northern island up here, but due to how it doesn't snow as much in coastal climates such as Iceland, and how Iceland can easily be confused with the surface of Mars with its lack of trees and lush grasslands, I doubt this location is the new map either. That leaves one location, the city of Bergen in Norway. Runway 35-17, ridiculous amounts of snow, lush grasslands with plenty of trees, a great variety of wildlife, and amazing scenery for a DayZ winter map, and Norwegian assets that can be imported from the game Vigor. Vigor, if you didn't know, is a game managed by the same company that DayZ is, Bohemia Interactive. Vigor is based in Norway, and what are the chances Vigor releases on PC after 5 years of development in the middle of this month, May, at the same time that we're going to get info about why the Livonia DLC was merged with the base game of DayZ, and likely we're going to get a massive amount of information and news on the new winter map in an official press release. On top of this, the kitchen timer from Vigor was added to DayZ recently with the same catchphrase as in the game. Both games have this catchphrase, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's not difficult to import models and textures from each game, so from Vigor to DayZ for example, essentially giving DayZ map designers and the army of new 3D artists all the assets they need to create a mini Norway in DayZ's engine, because the differences in programs that the devs use from Vigor to DayZ is not going to be that huge, especially when you consider that Bohemia Interactive are responsible for creating custom programs just for in-house tasks and entirely new engines to suit the games that they develop. One such engine is the newly trademarked pending DayZ Frostline, which I believe to be an engine add-on that links the tech from Vigor to the tech that DayZ uses with a sprinkle of snow. The reason I believe this is due to how there's no Chernorus, Livonia or Enoch trademarks. These maps have not been trademarked. DayZ and Bohemia Interactive are trademarked, but Livonia, as you can see from this poster, is not. What has been trademarked though is the Infusion engine, simply called Infusion in the trademark, whereas DayZ Frostline has the word DayZ, which implies that it's an add-on designed for the DayZ engine. Now the reason I believe it's an engine and not a map or expansion is because it uses the exact same classification codes as the Infusion engine trademark, 9, 41 and 42, which are basically codes that help to specify what the trademark is assigned to, with the code 9 being assigned to video game programs. A map is not a program, last I checked. It's a collection of assets that get squished together by various programs, and programs need an engine to tell them what to do. DayZ Frostline is likely an engine that tells programs how to squish a map together and allows for extreme conditions such as snowfall and blizzards, allows for elevation in survival mechanics, and the easy unification of Vigor assets into DayZ via custom in-house tools. As I make this video, several of the most well-known content creators in the DayZ community have been invited to Bohemia Interactive, I'm guessing to get a sneak peek at what this new winter map is, or at least get to try out some new DayZ content. During this time, it is extremely likely that we get to playtest Vigor at the same time, as Vigor's early access release is in the middle of May. It's only a couple of weeks away. I say this because Vigor's social presence is complete and utter trash compared to DayZ, especially within the PC community. They basically need the DayZ crowd to market the Vigor release, and what better way to do it than announcing a Norwegian winter map for DayZ with the same Norwegian setting as Vigor, uniting the games together forever. The hype surrounding the new DayZ map alone is palpable and will easily spill over into the aptly timed early access release of Vigor, the middle of May, pretty much the same time that we get the big press release for DayZ. This is huge, the dots connect, this has been in the works for a long time, and while I could be very wrong on this, from a marketing perspective, this makes perfect sense, and if I am completely wrong, I will delete my channel on May 20th. From what I know so far of Vigor, it's an over-the-shoulder, free-to-play survival extraction shooter game on console only. It's being developed on PC as we speak, and it's going to be released in the middle of May, like I've said many times. $19.99 USD is what you have to pay for the early access though on PC, with the full release being free later this year. Now, because the PC version of Vigor is ported from console code and that code conversion is being outsourced to a different company, it could be a complete buggy mess when it's released. Even AAA companies struggle massively when it comes to these PC ports. From a gameplay stream that they did yesterday, it looked okay, but there was some texture popping and some random frame drops, and the shooting mechanics seemed a little off, likely due to it coming to PC with new weapon handling mechanics, so I'll have to get my hands on this to understand what's going on with the weapons. Now, I know that many of you are excited for Vigor coming to PC after 5 years, but I think it would be wrong of me to not mention that this game could be a really bad port. I hope I'm wrong and that this game's going to be epic, because it's very similar to DayZ, but I've never been disappointed by waiting a few days for a trusted review to come out. If it is a buggy mess, you can simply wait for it to come out of early access in probably a much better state when it's available to everybody for free, which will wipe all your progression during early access anyway on PC, and it has a free to play in-game shop, so you can imagine there's going to be some sort of easier progression if you buy stuff on that shop. $19.99 will give you early access and this stuff. I promise I'm not sponsored, but at least this is not $250. I'd like to get your opinions on my theories here and on Vigor in the comments, as I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more about this game and the new map soon. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.